Hello everyone, I'm Subhojit Panda from OdissaTV.in presenting you today's news from Odisha. First headlines. BJD wins 9 wards each in civic polls in Baliguda and Champua notified area councils. 7 members of a family injured in an acid attack at Dhirkuti slum under Shahid Nagar police limits in Bhubaneswar on Thursday. Carcasses of over 150 olive ridley turtles and a bottlenose dolphin found in Puri beach near Panthanivas. Fate of strike by junior doctors of Veer Surendra Sai Institute of Medical Science and Research of Burla to be decided today. And Abhinash Parida, a resident of Dhenkanal district, bags first position in state and 26th position nationally in the Chartered Accountant examination. Now the details. The Biju Janata Dal BJD registered a thumping victory in the civic polls in Baliguda and Champua notified area councils NACs, winning 9 wards each in the 2 newly created NACs on Thursday. In the Baliguda NAC of Kandhamal district, BJD won 9 out of 13 wards, whereas Congress and BJP managed to grab 3 and 1 seat respectively. In the Champua NAC of Keonjhar district, BJD registered victory in 9 out of total 13 wards, whereas Independent got 4 seats. BJP and Congress failed to open their accounts in the Champua NAC polls. Counting of votes for the elections to the 2 newly constituted NACs began at 8 am on Thursday. The polling was held on 19th January. The Congress, BJD and BJP had fielded candidates for all 13 wards in Baliguda, while 3 persons contested the polls as independent candidates. The BJD and BJP had fielded candidates in all 13 wards in Champua, while the Congress had fielded 8. Besides, 7 persons contested as independent candidates. While 74% of voters exercised their franchisee in Baliguda, the turnout was even bigger at Champua at 83%. A total of 12,764 voters casted their votes in 16 booths in Baliguda, while 9,508 voters exercised their franchisee in 13 booths in Champua. In a spine-chilling incident, 7 members of a family, 4 girl children, 2 women and a man were injured in an acid attack at Dhirkuti slum under Shahid Nagar police limits here on Thursday morning. According to the sources, the incident took place when the wife of Sura Behera, the main accused of the crime, asked him to take his daughter to hospital as she was ill. In a fit of rage, Behera threw acid at the family members, in which 7 members of the family sustained burn injuries. All the injured persons were rushed to Capital Hospital and are undergoing treatment there, the sources added. Family dispute is suspected to be behind the heinous crime, as Behera allegedly has multiple extramarital affairs. He has affairs with a sister-in-law and a woman residing in the slum, sources said. Meanwhile, police have arrested Behera for committing the heinous crime and are interrogating him to find out the details of the case. Carcasses of over 150 olive ridley turtles and a bottlenose dolphin washed ashore were on Wednesday recovered by Forest Department officials in Puri, a top official said. The carcasses were found on the beach near Panthanivas. We suspect that the turtles were killed after being hit by the fishing trawlers in the sea, said Sarat Chandra Behera, an official of the Puri Balukhand Forest Range, adding that the carcasses have been sent for post-mortem. The turtles in large number come to Gahirmatha, mouth of rivers Devi and Rushikulya in Odisha coast, for annual nesting, he said. Though there is a prohibition on fishing in 20-kilometer distance from the beach in these 3 identified places, the trawler operators undertake fishing illegally there, Behera said. Recently, scores of whales were washed ashore to the Chennai beach. Despite all efforts by fishermen, at least 45 of them died, while the rest were rescued and put back in the sea. Noted sand artist Sudarshan Patnaik, who had created sand sculptures on the beach here, said, "Today I found hundreds of dead turtles at the beach. I felt sad to see such a huge number of dead turtles. Patnaik appealed to the government through sand sculpture to find out the cause of death of turtles and also appealed to the people for protecting these sea animals.
बर्तमान जो टाइप कईच मैंने मरुंच ऑलिव रिडल टर्टल्स सारा विश्व में ओडिशा परिचित से गोटे अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करने कहीं मो लाइफ रे मुझे साइंड आर्ट करने दिन बेलाभूमि एत संख्यार केबे भी हेले कईच मरबार मुझे देखी नी विशेषकर पूरी बेलाभूमि
10-15 दिन तलर पूरा गभीर समुद्र मध्य मृत्युवरण कर जो काली पवन जोर देला दक्षिण पवन से फल सब आसिक पूरी कोस्ट लगी आठी आमर नो फिशिंग जोन नुह बाहर मरुंच पवन जो आसिक पहुंचते.
Junior doctors of Veer Surendra Sai Institute of Medical Science and Research Vimsar Burla will decide on Thursday whether to continue their cease work further. A decision in this regard will be taken in the general body meeting, said the Junior Doctors Association President Shankar Manchandani after a meeting with Health Minister Atanu Sabyasachi Naik at Bhubaneswar on Wednesday. Earlier on Wednesday, a 10-member delegation of Vimsar met the health minister and discussed the 11-point charter of demands. Vimsar's principal, superintendent and director of the institution too attended the meeting. Meanwhile, health services at the premier referral institution in western Odisha have been affected severely due to the ongoing agitation of the doctors, which entered the 9th day yesterday. Making things worse, the resident doctors and nursing association of Vimsar have also extended their support to the striking junior doctors. About 450 junior doctors and house surgeons are on strike to press for fulfillment of the demands. Even 3 years after the directive of the Supreme Court asking state governments to form and implement internal complaints committee in all departments to prevent sexual harassment of women at the workplace, most departments of the Odisha government are yet to adhere to the Apex Code directive in letter and spirit. The Women and Child Development WCD department, in its letter in November and December 2013, had asked all the departments to constitute the ICC. While some departments have complied with our orders, we have sent letters to the remaining departments to apprise us of their present status in this regard. R.P. Singh, Director Social Welfare, Women and Child Development, told OTV. Official sources said so far 17 departments have constituted ICCs, but barring the water resources and handlooms, textiles and handicrafts departments, the rest 15 have not included a member of a non-government organization in gross violation of rules. 10 other departments are yet to form the committees. Besides, the WCD department has also asked 12 departments to replace the title of chairperson with presiding officer as the head of the committee. With water levels in major reservoirs in Odisha falling drastically due to scanty rainfall, the Energy Department has chalked out plans to ensure uninterrupted power supply to consumers during the ensuing summer. Department officials said, besides urging independent power producers to supply power, the department hopes to get power through the power banking model. Power banking is a cashless operation through which the state will return equivalent amount of power to those states it borrows power from during the monsoon, officials added. The official added the government had resorted to power cut for around 2 months from September due to a fall in the water level of major reservoirs in the state. According to the sources, an action plan has been prepared on the basis of requirement of power and generation capacity from January to June in the past several years. According to an official assessment, the state's average demand of power is 2,850 megawatt in January, which goes up to 3,800 megawatt during peak hour. Similarly, the average and peak hour demand in February will be 2,900 megawatt and 3,850 megawatt respectively. In March, there would be a requirement of 3,150 megawatt and 3,950 megawatt of power during normal and peak hours. The average demand would go up to 3,450 megawatt and the peak demand will be 4,050 megawatt in April. Similarly, in May, average demand for power will be 3,500 megawatt, while it is expected to be 4,100 megawatt during peak hour. The position will be same in June 2016. In the wake of the death of a 6-year-old due to utter carelessness of kite flyers, Cuttack District Administration on Wednesday banned the use and sale of glass-coated strings known as manja for kite flying. The ban was imposed following the views of intellectuals at a civil society meeting held on Wednesday, Cuttack Collector Nirmal Chandra Mishra said. School and college teachers have been asked to sensitize the students not to fly kites on rooftops or in roads passing through busy localities and marketplaces, the collector pointed out. A 5-year-old girl named Svetlana Behra was killed 2 days ago after her throat got slit by the sharp kite string. The accident took place while she was riding pillion with her father. The string got entangled around her neck and she started screaming in pain. As her father stopped the bike, he found that the girl had sustained deep injuries on her throat and was bleeding profusely. She was rushed to a nearby private hospital where doctors declared her brought dead. Her father also sustained injuries in the mishap. Notably, a series of accidents caused by manja thread used for kite flying have been reported in the city in the recent past, sources said. Manja is a kite string made of glass and copper pieces besides other materials and used by avid kite flyers to cut each other's kite during sporting duel, a feature of Makar Sankranti celebrations.
समस्ते मध्य ए जिनसटा को दृढ़ भाव में प्रतिवाद कले से आम गोटे नेलु डिसीजन नेलु कि प्रथम सचेतनता सृष्टि करवा मांजा सूता एवं प्लास्टिक सूता व्यवहार को निषिद्ध करवा एवं ताको गोटे स्क्वाड करी तापर चढ़ऊ करवा एवं छात ऊपर एवं रास्ता रे जो भाव में गुड़ी न उड़े पारे तार व्यवस्था करवा.
With the controversy over the proposed construction of a temple by the ISKCON in Puri, the State Urban Development Department on Wednesday said it had given permission to ISKCON for construction of an institutional complex. Talking to OTV, Urban Development Secretary G. Mathivathanan said the area of the proposed complex would be 17,903 square feet. The department had given permission for G2, ground floor plus 2, instead of G7 as sought by ISKCON for construction of the proposed complex. Admitting that there was an allegation related to the land given to ISKCON since May last year, the secretary said on the basis of the allegation, the Puri Konark Development Authority (PKDA) has asked them to stop construction work of the proposed complex till the matter is settled in the court. Besides, it also served a show cause notice to ISKCON authorities asking them to appear in person on 29 January, he said. PKDA has handed over all documents pertaining to the case to the Urban Development Department. Meanwhile, OTV on Wednesday obtained a copy of the letter written by Puri Collector Arvind Agarwal to Urban Development Minister Pushpendra Singh Deo. In the letter, the collector has said the project director of ISKCON, Banamali Das, had applied to PKDA for construction of an institutional complex in 2012. After verification of the no objection certificates (NOCs) obtained by the ISKCON, PKDA had given G2 permission for construction of the proposed complex.
जो हमको तथ्य लुचै कि जो हमको प्लानिंग पे अप्रूवल नै छथि तापर मध्ये तांका विरुद्ध रे ओडिशा डेवलपमेंट अथॉरिटी एक्ट सेक्शन 17 रे तांका विरुद्ध रे गोटे केस इनिशिएट करा जायछि आ तार सुनानी 29 तारिख रे तांको डेट दिया जायछि 29 तारिख रे तार सुनानी हेबो. हां वर्तमान तो हमर तांको मध्ये रहितादेश मध्ये इशू करिछु डायरेक्शन दैछु जे आ फर्दर कोनसे काम करिबे नाही.
सिटी जगन्नाथ का मंदिर होउनी जगन्नाथ मंदिर भाया एत उच्चा भी होनी आमर बहुत छोट मंदिर होची जेमती आम सारा पृथ्वी पृष्ठ आश्रम मान अच्छी सेमती गोटे आश्रम हम
ओडिया जाति ओडिशार फाइमान तुरंत नवीन बाबू जो मैंने इनवल्व अच्छा पास कर प्रोजेक्ट को पास कर सस्पेंड करूँ क्रिमिनाल केस कर अरेस्ट करूँ. नगर उन्नयन मंत्री की भुआ बुलाऊँ नगर उन्नयन मंत्री इस्तीफा देवा दरकार.
प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट रे से सीधा सड़क लिखिं लॉर्ड जगन्नाथ लॉर्ड बलभद्र देवी सुभद्रा 3 जन को मंदिर करू जो परमिशन पीके डीए देइछि ताको तुरंत मंत्री महोदय ताको तुरंत प्रत्याहार करि आनु.
2 contractual workers were killed after coming in contact with a live wire while putting up a hoarding at ITI ground in Balasore for an exhibition on Thursday morning. The deceased have been identified as Sheikh Arsad Ali and Sheikh Rajan, residents of Sunahata area. According to the sources, Ali and Rajan worked for a company that was assigned to put up the hoardings for the Expo exhibition. Both of them came in contact with a live 11 kV wire while placing the hoarding at the ITI ground here. The injured duo was rushed to Balasore District Headquarters Hospital where doctors declared them dead on arrival. The sources added, tension erupted in the area as soon as the news of the death of 2 contractual workers spread in the locality. Angry over the incident, all contractual workers of the company boycotted their work, demanding adequate compensation for the family members of the deceased. Abhinash Parida, a resident of Onnala village in Dhenkanal district, has got the first position in the state and 26th position nationally in the Chartered Accountant examination conducted by Indian Council of Chartered Accountants. Abhinash secured 26th position in both Group 1 and Group 2 tests. Expressing his happiness over his success, Abhinash said, "I cannot express how happy I am feeling right now. It's like I'm on cloud 9. I would like to dedicate the success to my parents, all the managing committee members of my branch and all the teachers," Abhinash added.
एक्चुअली मु किभली अनुभव करछि मु एबे माने एक्सप्रेस करि परनी मते लागु जेंति मु एबे क्लाउड 9 रे अछि मते बहुत खुशी लागुछि एतफाय मु मो बापा मां को एबो मोर ब्रांच रो समस्त मैनेजिंग कमिटी मेंबर्स एबो मोर समस्त टीचर्स एबो विशेष करी मो आर्टिकलशिप ट्रेनिंग करथली जोठी मो प्रिंसिपल एबो ता कॉलिग्स मनो मु बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जणाबे।
The Commissioner Police on Thursday held 5 persons, including 4 Bangladeshi nationals from Bojang and Kotikota areas of Jajpur district in connection with the arrest of a suspected Bangladeshi youth from the Regional Passport Office in Bhubaneswar. As per the latest reports, the 5 persons were brought to Bhubaneswar for questioning. It is worth to be mentioned that the Bangladeshi youth identified as Mohammad Bashir was arrested on Wednesday for applying for passport with valid documents. As Bashir's application got rejected, the youth created disturbances at the passport office. Following this, the suspected Bangladeshi national was detained by the Napoli police. Before wrapping up the news headlines once again, BJD wins 9 wards each in civic polls in Baliguda and Champua notified area councils. 7 members of a family injured in an acid attack at Dhirkoti slum under Shahid Nagar police limits in Bhubaneswar on Thursday. Carcasses of over 150 olive ridley turtles and a bottlenose dolphin found in Puri beach near Panthanivas. Fate of strike by junior doctors of Veer Surendra Sai Institute of Medical Science and Research of Burla to be decided today. And Abhinash Parida, a resident of Dhenkanal district, bags first position in state and 26th position nationally in the Chartered Accountant examination. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.